What's up, guys? It hasn't been a bit. I made a video, I think maybe 2 days ago. It was a Death Stranding video. I'm not sure what happened with the resolution on that because when I went to go like download it, I guess from my YouTube, like the actual background gameplay, I guess it just for some reason went low res when I recorded it in 1080 and it looked fine before, but you know, I guess it's fine. It is what it is, but we're not talking about that today. Right now I want to talk about Death Stranding 2. Now you'll probably notice that I really enjoy Death Stranding because I have now made 2 videos where one of them was kind of like a gameplay with a little bit of commentary of the actual game, and then the other one was a video where I was talking about the Minecraft movie and it was in the background. And yeah, you know, it's definitely a game I think about a lot, and it's a game I've been playing a lot. I have been playing it for about a week now. I've been playing Death Stranding, and yeah, I beat the game already. I've finished it. I've seen the credits. I've seen how the story goes. Currently, right now, I am doing 100% for it, so I still have a bit of gameplay to do. You know, I'm gonna do all the standard orders and get the S rank on those. But yeah, it's a really fun game, actually, in my opinion. I know a lot of people will talk shit and be like, you know, it's a boring game and, you know, whatever, that kind of stuff. And I mean, I definitely see it. I definitely see why this game would be boring and tedious and miserable for some people, but I mean, it's not for me. I think that Death Stranding is like one of those games that is like perfectly made for me. You know, it's very, I guess, like the Kojima style that I really enjoy from like Metal Gear Solid 4, or not 4, 5 and 4, I guess it wasn't 4, is in it. And you know, I think Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of those games that just gets way too much hate. I think it's probably one of the best games ever made, no exaggeration. I think that 5 is just magnificent. It's an actual god tier video game, one of my favorites ever. Probably my favorite Metal Gear game, honestly. The more time goes by, the more I realize how much I really love that game. That game kind of made me feel something, you know. It kind of, I didn't really feel like I was the same person when I finished 5, if that makes sense. When the credits rolled on 5, I didn't feel the same afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's definitely I mean, 5 is definitely an acquired taste. You know, I knew that when I played it. The story is definitely not going to be everyone's thing. For sure. I know that. That doesn't like mean that the game is bad or anything. It just, I do think that it is a game that is not for everyone. And well, Death Stranding is exactly that, but maybe 10 times more. It is a game that gameplay is very heavily focused on traversal and stuff that maybe wouldn't seem fun to people that are just wanting to play a video game, you know. Most of this gameplay is walking and traveling places and delivering packages. It's not a ultra stimulating like Call of Duty Warzone type of shit where you're going in and you get a million kills in the battle royale. You come out with a, you know, chicken dinner winner, and like, you know, you're having this big blast. It's just amazing. That is not Death Stranding at all. And Metal Gear Solid 5 was really well liked by a lot of people for its gameplay and hated for the story. And it seems like kind of the opposite has happened with Death Stranding. It feels like everyone that hates this game hates it because of the gameplay, and everyone that loves this game loves it for the story, and I don't think that there is really any in between with loving or hating this game. Like, it is just one of those extremely polarizing games. Like, when I think of the most polarizing games ever made, I would think of like Death Stranding and The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 is the most, and I don't think anyone would argue with that. If you know anything about that game, you know how polarizing and divisive it is. That's a video for another day. We're talking about Death Stranding here, and Death Stranding is still a very divisive game. You know, either love it or hate it. And I personally love it. I don't really know anyone that I don't personally know anyone that loves this game, which kind of makes me a little sad. I don't know, because I feel like this game is so underappreciated, or at least like not played in a way that is kind of intended. And I know hearing that might kind of piss you off to hear like you're not playing the game as intended, you know, that kind of sounds douchey to say that. Like, Kojima has his own, you know, planned out way of playing the game for everyone to make it better. And I'm not necessarily saying that, but like at the same time I kind of am, because this is not a game that, you know, you will play, and if you're rushing through everything and you're stumbling, you're trying to sprint through everything, you just want to get to all the big story events, or, you know, you just want to like get home and play a super stimulating game. If you want that, this is like not that game at all. Okay, you don't play this game and try to rush through it. This is a game where you savor every moment. You have to plan out your trips before. You have to like organize your cargo, kind of. You have to get everything on your back that you think you'll need, and you know, sometimes you'll be underprepared because the weight system is so unforgiving. But you know, that's like the core essence of the gameplay. You make these decisions, and then you're either punished for being ill prepared, or you're rewarded for being prepared enough, and you're not overburdened or under, you know, not ready for anything. So I think it's smart in that way. But you can say that probably about any game, and a lot of people will definitely agree with me on that the gameplay is very rewarding when it is, and very punishing when it's punishing. But I see that as a huge W. I love games like that. I don't like games where I walk forward to win, or I sprint to win, or I shoot a guy and get a cutscene and win, or a game where it's so bullshit that you don't feel like you can progress at all. I like the perfect balance of reward and punishment, you know what I mean? I don't like this shit where it's so unbelievably obtuse and hard to navigate to get anywhere in the game or anything like that. I just don't like that. You probably know what types of games I'm talking about, but sometimes progression is horrible. Sometimes it punishes you way too much. I don't think Death Stranding does it all. Now, saying that though, there are flaws for sure. This game is definitely a game with a lot of flaws in it. The flaws that, for me, are the most apparent, and this kind of goes back into the central... God damn, I've been rambling for like... How long? Like 9 minutes? Jesus, I've been rambling for like 9 minutes. But I say all this to get to the point that I love Death Stranding, but I do get the hate around it. Okay, I just wish that more people actually tried to understand the mechanics and play it, and didn't just rush through it and treat it like a normal, just open world slop game, because it's not. It's a game where you need to plan, you know, you need to be patient, and you'll be rewarded with a great story if you pay attention. So I'm gonna stop talking, like stop kind of reviewing it, but I do want to talk here about what I want to see in Death Stranding 2. So, ooh, I don't know if you heard that. That was the controller. I'm actually playing Death Stranding right now. I just went through some water, but yeah, I want to talk about what I want to see in Death Stranding 2. So, if you guys are following it, The game has had a few trailers, I think maybe one or two so far. One of them was crazy looking. One of them had Higgs from the game, Higgs, which is played by Troy Baker. It had him with a guitar and like a mask. He was like fighting these samurai dudes with the guitar. It looked crazy. And it's also been revealed that it's going to take place still in North America, but it's going to be like in Mexico, I believe. And so that's cool. You know, we get a bigger world. We get, I mean, I'm assuming, I'm not even going to bring up the story of Death Stranding 2. I'm not going to try to make demands of the story because at the end of the day, that's kind of redundant. And I know that whatever type of story Kojima delivers with this, it's probably going to be something good. This man, like, just every story he touches, I feel like, is amazing. I love Death Stranding 1. I love MGS5. And MGS5 was kind of incomplete, but it wasn't really his fault. You know, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't his fault. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about the story, though. But I'm going to talk about some of the gameplay. I really, really do not like the vehicle driving in Death Stranding. It feels so clunky, and the collision detection's horrible, and it feels like you're driving a flimsy plastic tub, you know, when you're driving a truck. When you're driving a motorcycle, Jesus, dude, it controls so bad. It's like, oh, I gotta stretch. The motorcycles control horribly. The car or the truck controls bad. And Death Stranding 2, I really, really hope, like I pray, that they improve the vehicle driving and collision detection and stuff like that. I think that'd be awesome. If they did that, honestly, I don't think I'd have any real gameplay complaints when it comes to the package delivering. But there is another aspect I'm going to talk about in a second. But yeah, if they could really improve the vehicles, I think that'd be a huge W. Maybe add in a few more vehicles, I don't know. But they'll probably add so much stuff to it. I have no doubt it's going to be a good game. But yeah, fix the vehicle driving, please. I don't like the vehicle driving in Death Stranding at all. I mean, it's more convenient than walking sometimes, but it's not as realistic or intuitive as walking, in my opinion. So if they could fix that, that'd be really something I want for Death Stranding 2. But the other thing I really want is stealth. Oh my god, bro. Imagine how good Death Stranding 2 would be if they just had like an overhaul of stealth mechanics, dude. Like, you could carry you could carry like dead bodies and stuff, or not really dead, because if you play Death Stranding, you know, but like, dude, like carrying these incapacitated bodies out of grass when you knock them out or something, or like being able to actually like go prone, maybe. I don't know how that work if Sam has a bunch of cargo on him, but that'd be awesome, I feel like. And being able to like actually knock on surfaces and stuff to attract, like, you know, the what was that noise, like in Metal Gear Solid. Dude, I like, oh my god, bro, imagine if Death Stranding had stealth like Metal Gear Solid 5. It doesn't need to, but like, dude, come on, that'd be insane if it did. That'd actually be so cool. You know, like cardboard boxes you could hide in like Snake does. We don't need that, but that'd be awesome. But in general, I would love to see a bigger focus on stealth, because stealth in Death Stranding 1 is okay. You know, it's fine. It's passable. But all you really do is you walk, and, you know, you can crouch and you knock out a guy with a electricity gun. And you can't pick up his body. The AI kind of sees their bodies and then they'll alert people, but that's it. You can't like drag bodies out into the grass. You can't. There's actually no cover mechanics, which I think is kind of weird for a stealth game. I mean, Death Stranding isn't entirely stealth, but there is some stealth. When it's there, it's there. And I just really, really would like stealth to be overhauled in Death Stranding 2. And I feel like maybe a lot of people will share that sentiment, that if stealth was improved in Death Stranding 2, it'd be god tier amazing, like perfect, dude. I would love that shit. So I guess that's it. I'm probably gonna upload this, but you know, when I actually have a little bit of an audience watching me, because I don't really think I do right now, I'm gonna start streaming and, you know, and I'm kind of tired. Make sure you, if I do stream, you can come check it out if you want. But when I do stream, I'm probably gonna upload highlight videos here to this channel and kind of get a Twitch stream, not Twitch. I'll stream on YouTube if I do. I'll get like a stream moments compilation video or something, or not. It won't be like a it'll be like a it'll be disguised as a regular video, but it'll be like clips from the live stream, you know. So yeah, I guess that's it. I wanted to make a video today talk about Death Stranding 2, and yeah, see ya.